구독, 좋아요 눌러주세요.
In order to grow your business, we have another international speaker who will share their knowledge and experience. This will help all our current and future members in our journey in Atomy. Learn from who's already found success. Let's watch.
Hello everyone, how are you all? I hope you are all doing well. It's so special today to do the sharing like this way. Although I can't see you all physically, but I think I can feel you all. I'm Fish E, Sharon's master, and also leader club member all the way from Malaysia. Thank you Atomy Oceania for giving me this opportunity to share my experience with all the Atomians here today. Before I get started, let me introduce myself a little bit so you all can have some understanding about my background. I'm a mother of two. I have two lovely daughters. One is 5 years old and another one is 5 months old. If you do some calculation and you will realize actually my younger daughter was born in April. And that was a time when the crisis was very, very bad. I think it's the same in Australia, right? And my sister, she's in Australia and she is in Darwin. And so I got all the information from her and she has been telling me how Australia is going on. And I hope you all stay safe and well. Two different feelings when I gave birth to my kids. When my first child was born 5 years ago, I was still working as an early childhood teacher in Singapore. Not earning a lot, struggling a little bit, and it was just enough for me to survive. But when my second child was born, 5 months ago, I am literally having a totally different life. I'm financially secured and having prosperous life. That's amazing, isn't it? Two different timing, but totally different life, just with one of my important decision with Atomy 4 years ago. I come from a middle class family. My father, he is a subcontractor, and my mother, she's a housewife. So my mom actually looks after three of us. I'm the youngest in my family, so I have an older sister and an older brother. For the past 8 years, after my dad retired, my sister and I we are the ones that support our family. The burden actually is on our shoulder. I was an early childhood teacher in Singapore for 7 years. But I grew up in Malaysia and I went to Australia after I completed my high school studies. So I actually spent 4 years time in Australia. I was in Tasmania and Sydney. Beautiful, beautiful place. I love Tasmania. And I still have some friends there. And hello all my friends in Tasmania and from Melbourne and from Sydney. After I graduated from Sydney, I decided to go back to Malaysia to be with my family. Like many Malaysians, actually I live very, very near to Singapore. There's a state called Johor Bahru, so it's very, very near. You just go across a bridge, then it will be Singapore. So I made a decision to find a job in Singapore for the better income. Because of the currency exchange, you tend to earn more when you are working in Singapore because you'll be getting Singapore dollars. And if you exchange it back to Malaysian ringgit, you'll be more, if it makes sense. I worked in Australian International School for 7 years. I never have vision and I never have dreams. I never think of what I can achieve in my entire life because for what I was doing as a teacher, that's how much I can earn. So what else can I expect? I think there's nothing much really. But when Atomy came into my life started to change. And I'm so grateful that I met Atomy. It's a total life change for my entire family. I have been doing Atomy business for 4.5 years. I actually knew nothing about multi-level marketing when I met Atomy. So I was kind of so-called a blank paper. So pretty fresh, very new, a totally newbie to this industry. And I have no experience, totally zero experience in this MLM field. Let's turn back the clock to the beginning, and I will tell you my story with Atomy and how I met Atomy. When my older daughter, she was 6 months old, and she started to take solid food, and she was suffering from constipation problem. So then one of my friend, she actually introduced probiotics to me, and she was mentioning to me that, oh, this probiotics actually has a really, really good results, and the price is very affordable. So when I asked her, what brand is this? And she told me, oh, it's Atomy. Have you heard of it? She said it's from Korea. And I said, not really. I don't really know about this brand. And she said, oh, actually it's quite a new brand, but actually is from the Korea Government Research Institute. So it's totally very, very safe and reliable. So after that, I told my friend that, oh, do you have some that I can try? And so she gave me a few sachets to let me try on. So she suggested me to give it to my daughter. And she was only 6 months old. So she said, oh, you just give her a little bit and just mix it in her milk, then, or in her food. Then you let her eat. And you just observe, it can improve her condition. So I actually tried out. So at that time, actually, I knew nothing about this supplement, because I'm a first-time mom. And so I just followed what my friend said. So after 2 to 3 days, my daughter's constipation problem actually was gone. I was so happy with the results, and I started to be very curious. I started to throw a lot of questions and asking my girlfriend about the probiotics, about the price, about the brand, and what other good products they have, because I wanted to try it out. So that's fairly normal, right? Because for consumer, me myself as a consumer, when I discover a good product with a good price, I tend to want to find out whether there are other products this brand has, that I can actually try out. So I can actually, try out and then spend my money wisely, and whether they have more products that meet my needs. So this is when my journey begins with Atomy. My girlfriend talked about the probiotics, and she actually didn't know much about Atomy because she didn't do the Atomy business, but a very big thanks to her for introducing Atomy to me. Because of the good result probiotics gave me, I was so interested, and I urged to digging more information about Atomy. So my girlfriend, she actually know nothing much, and then she introduced someone who is more experienced to assist me. So, and this is the person that became my sponsor. She's also my savior. I'm a person who likes to try new things out, especially when it comes to skincare products. I used to buy a lot of different brands of skincare just because I love to. That's my personality. So I spend a lot of money on different brands, and I know I never become loyal to a certain brand. My sponsor, she invited me to attend a facial session, and she told me that, oh, since you like the product so much, why don't you come and join us? We have free facial session that you can try our skincare products, and it's all quite natural, and you can just try out. And at that time, I actually was a little bit worried because I had quite sensitive skin. So I told her that, oh, actually, I have sensitive skin. I'm a bit worried that it might not be suitable for me. And she said that that's fine, you can just come and try. If you don't like it, you can just don't buy it. That's fine. We don't force anyone to buy products, right? So I went and I tried out the products, and after 2 days of observe, my skin was actually literally glowing, and no itchy patches appeared and no redness at all, because that's the reaction that I often get if I use wrong products. So I was so happy with the results. So after that, I actually totally went crazy with Atomy products. I wanted to try more, and I started to, be very, very interested. I feel very confident about the brand, and I wanted to try the shampoo, the toothbrush, the toothpaste, and the oil patch and Adam and everything about Atomy. I just went totally crazy. Like what you guys can think of, I just fell in love with all the products. I actually initially thought it would be the same like other company. And I told myself, I think it's just like the same. They might ask for joining fee and auto ship. You need to do the monthly maintenance if you join the company, and the price will keep going up every single year. They increase the pricing. Although it is cheap, but the price will go up, constantly and gradually. That's what my initial thought was. So, but my heart, there was a voice that telling me that not to join member if this is the case, and I would just simply ask a member who can help me to buy the products. I think this is very normal for everyone out there, because I don't want to have the pressure to, you need to spend a certain amount in this brand, then this will become my burden, every single month. So I don't want to head towards this. So, but I was very curious still. I asked my sponsor about how the marketing actually works. And from what information that I got, I was very, very surprised. It totally twisted my stereotypes about MLM. I told myself, this business actually works. So if this business, it doesn't turn me off, I believe other people will love it too. That's my thoughts. Very, very simple. So I had very simple thoughts, and I told myself in my mind, I love the product so much. Even if I don't get any income from Atomy, I will still love it, and I will still continue buying them. And I will be more than happy to share with my friends and everyone out there, because it gives me very, very good results. So this was the turning point for me, because at that time, this was the time when I decided to do Atomy business. I started off by sharing Atomy through the internet, through my social media, like Facebook and Instagram and so on. I share my feelings and results about the Atomy products. And I got quite good response from my friends, from my relatives, and even from strangers. They started to ask me, oh, what are you introducing? What is this brand? And what these products? When can I buy it? Where did you get it from? How much is it? I started to get quite a good response from the people around me. And I'm so happy. I was so happy whenever I share Atomy with the people around. I'm full with passion of what I'm doing. I think sharing Atomy is a wonderful thing, as I'm introducing absolute quality products with absolute price to everyone out there. On top of that, I also provide them an opportunity to do a business with absolutely no risk. No need to invest your money in, just by sharing with your true hearts. And it is so simple. I always tell my business partner, there's nothing to be ashamed or afraid of. You should be very, very proud of what you're doing right now. Bring your excitement. Whenever you do sharing, people can feel it. People will know whether you are sharing with your true heart, or you just simply want to sell them products. They can feel it. If people reject you, actually that's okay. There's nothing to lose. That's fine. Don't feel disappointed, and don't put yourself off. Just continue sharing this amazing brand with the people until you find the right person who listens to you. And these people one day shall become your business partner. Nothing great was ever achieved without enthusiasm. So you guys have to remember it. What I did was, when I first started, I sell loose items to others to let them try out. Because if they first want to, approach to a new brand, if you sell them like one whole set, entire set, like 4 evening care set, or at that time it was 6 sisters, if you sell them the whole set, people would turn it off because they never try it and they never know whether the result is good. They never know whether it's suitable to them. So I started to sell the loose items. I sold like 1 pair of toothbrush and toothpaste to them, small toothpaste, so they can get a feeling of it. Of course, with the member price. You guys might be curious, must be wondering. At that time, Atomy Malaysia actually haven't launched yet. Where did you get the products, right? You might be curious about this. Yes, I actually, back then, Atomy Singapore was already launched for 2 years. And I actually found a Singapore distributor online, and I buy products from her for 5 months until Atomy Malaysia officially launched. Every single week, actually, my husband and I, we would drove to the Singapore members' place, and we would just do the order with her. Before we go in there, I would tell her that how many boxes of toothbrush I need, how many boxes of oil patch I need, and she will get all the preparation done. When I went there, and by the time I went there, she already removed all the boxes because the quantity is huge, and we had to remove all the boxes, the toothbrush and toothpaste boxes, and then we will just throw every single item into a big black garbage bags. And then we will put into a luggage. Every time we go across the customs, we were actually so nervous because we might get taxed by the custom. But we still continue doing the delivery job for 6 months until Atomy Malaysia actually launched. Then we become a member. Then we can just buy products using our own member ID. So at that time, actually, I had a joke with my leaders and my sponsor. I told her that, you know what? I think this Singapore member, she might become a sales master already because our order amount was so big. So we just had a laugh, with each other. So anyways, it was my 5th year working in Singapore when I met Atomy. So after doing 1.5 years of part-time in Atomy, I became a Diamond Master. So at the time when I became Diamond Master, which means my income from Atomy was already very stable. So I then made a decision. I resigned from my Singapore workplace. I officially started to do full-time Atomy after that. And after 6 months of doing full-time Atomy, I became Sharon's Master. And now I'm also a Leader Club member. So this proved to everyone, and everyone is able to become successful through Atomy. This platform is amazing. Doesn't matter if you can't speak well, doesn't matter you don't have any ability to do the sharing or guiding people through. That's fine, totally fine. Mr. Park said, if you have no ability, you should do Atomy, because Atomy doesn't require anything from anyone. You don't have to be handsome, you don't have to be young, you don't have to be pretty. Every single one can share Atomy. If you have the ability, you are a good speaker, you have a very good background, and you love sharing things with people, you should do Atomy too. Because you can use your ability to help people around you to become successful. You give them the chance to change their life. The more time and the more effort that you put into Atomy, the better results you will get, for sure. I want to share some of my tips regarding working as a part-timer. Because when I was working in Singapore, actually I started to do part-time with Atomy business. So a number of people have asked me, oh, how do I manage to do part-time when I'm working? And how do you become so successful in such a short time? Here is some tips for you guys. And I differentiate to different characters, which is SMART. The S. S for support. You need a great support from your family, mentally and physically. Grateful that my mom actually, she takes care of my older daughter at that time when I'm doing my Atomy business. So I can ease my mind when I'm working. And my husband mentally support me through that. Although at the beginning, actually, he thinks that I'm silly because I deliver goods to, all the customers and my leaders and friends without earning a single cent. Even the petrol I have to pump up, right? That's my own money too. So he actually thought I'm very silly to do this kind of work but without earning anything. But still, he did not discourage me at all. So I really appreciate the support that my family gave me. That's the S. M, motivate. You need to find a factor which motivates yourself and keep yourself going far, no matter what. For me, it's my family. I want to give my family a better life and a bright future for my children. So I worked really, really hard for what I want to achieve. Family actually is my motivation. A. A is for attend. If you take this business seriously, how could you not to attend the meetings your uplines or downlines invite you? You have to attend, right? Attend meetings actually is a must. All the successful people in the world, they have meetings, offline and online. You get to learn when you meet different people. Life is full with challenges. And if you meet different people, the stories that you heard may enrich your life experience. And this is really, really true. R. R actually is for role model. Be the role model yourself. I see myself as a mother and my downlines as my children. They are my children and they are my shadow. They copy what I do. If I want to duplicate more leaders like myself who can be independent to work independently, meeting downlines, doing facial session, telling them about marketing plan and so on, I have to be the good one first. I am the role model. The more leaders you duplicate, the easier to do Atomy business is. So you need to remember, always be the role model and do the right things. T. T actually is for time management. And this is very, very important because working as part-time, you have lesser time than the full-time Atomian. So if you want to achieve a great milestone in no time, you must have a very good time management. You have to use your time wisely. When I'm working full-time still as a teacher, I use my lunch time, I use my free lesson period, and after work time, when I go home, I use my own time to share Atomy. For school holiday, which actually is supposed to be my family time, I actually sacrifice my time with my family. I chose to work harder. I chose to meet my business partners in other states So I drove all the way, from Johor to Ipoh, which actually takes about 7 to 9 hours drive. And I did that with my sponsor. We traveled together. We actually we kind of like two little girls that, travel together, just, swap places, driving up, take turns, and then rest for 1 hour. And then we continue to travel again from places to places. And it is very, very tired, but we know what we do now is for a better life and for a better future. I know when I become successful in Atomy, I can have more quality time with my family. So be the first to bear hardships, the last to enjoy comforts. This is what I said to myself. So that's SMART, S-M-A-R-T. So these are the tips that I giving you guys. Hope this is helpful. Atomy Malaysia actually officially website, it launched in 2016, November the 15th. I will never forget the excitement from my team. Actually, we were so exciting because we had been waiting for many months, about 6 months time. And finally, it launched. So one day before launching, my sponsor actually suggested us to, go to a cafe and sit down to do the member registration. So we all followed. And guess what? That day actually, we couldn't key in all the membership. It was so hectic and chaotic. So many incidents and errors occurred. I actually accidentally keyed in the wrong sponsor ID. And I was like, oh my God, I keyed the wrong sponsor ID. And some of us, we actually had to stop the registration in between. So few of us, we were so busy calling the uplines and downlines and calling Atomy Malaysia, trying to get the problem sorted. And we were so nervous that because if you register the wrong sponsor ID, the line will be totally different. So I was so nervous and I was so self-blamed. But until the day turned dark, we still haven't get it all sorted. We had to go home and continue the next day. But actually, finally, we got it done. And everything was good to go after 3 days of hard work. And guess what? I become auto sales master straight after Atomy Malaysia shopping mall up and running. And that is very, very amazing, right? So as the epidemic is raging, I have some suggestion for you all. Because for now, we cannot do offline, but what we can do is go online. You guys can turn your Atomy business from offline to online more in these circumstances. Running online is in need, not only for this period of time, but should be considered running consistently because Atomy business is about network marketing. And meanwhile, people couldn't gather together in this pandemic as well. What I do with my groups actually is using Zoom to have online meetings, sharings, and trainings. These are the three that we have been doing a lot lately since March. You may also do some sharing on social media about the company introduction, about products, about your journey with Atomy, about marketing plan, and etc. And of course, very, very important is to reinforce our online success system. This is a must. One-day seminar and Success Academy seminars is very, very crucial for learning for everyone. In these 4 years of time, I actually faced many obstacles and challenges. But how do I overcome this? I think the biggest enemy actually is ourselves. You have to be empty in order to be full. Do not give up when you face any challenges. Try to find the solution from your uplines, from your downlines. Nothing is unsolvable. Mr. Park said, running Atomy business, you need to have diligent hands and feet, warm and kind hearts, and stay calm and think clearly. These are the 3 key points for you guys. If we can fulfill these factors, I believe you all can become successful in Atomy. Many other businesses have corrupted during this pandemic. However, Atomy as a global company is still very, very strong. And from what I know, in Atomy Oceania have increased sales and registration compared to 2019. Well done all you guys. This is how good an Atomy compensation plan and structures are. So be confident. So guys, stay focused in Atomy business. Stay strong with your team and working together to build this business. Believe in yourself. Although you cannot improve your past, but with Atomy, you can improve your future. Last but not least, my few words to all the Atomians. I hope you guys don't give up and don't give in. Hang on to your dreams because with Atomy, everything is possible. Aja, aja, aja.
Thank you everyone. My name has been Raina Lee from Sydney. Please make sure to subscribe and like. Tune in next month for December Success Academy. It has 2 parts, so please make sure you watch both parts. Thank you everyone.